Chelsea with the CW Corner Crafts. I thought I'd stop in with a quick video. I wanted to flip around the camera for you guys and try a view this way. It's not something I am used to. I've mainly just focused it around on my projects for you guys on my cross stitch. So here I am, just kind of showing you kind of face behind the camera sort of deal. I'll be slightly looking off the screen at my notes here right beside my phone. I wanted to go over some last minute, last end of the year sort of talk on some of my plans, at least for cross stitch next year, hopefully. Some recent finishes that I've done. I have a Santa pattern that I designed. It's located in my Ko-Fi shop. That link will be below. I have some in a Patreon account too, but I can't remember. I have a few different patterns in both places, so you can kind of look in both places. But links will be down below in the description. A lot of the stuff I'm talking about today will be down in the description deal. I don't have a lot of details written down other than just the names. Just wanted to do a quick overview, quick run through. But the Santa pattern I designed, I finished it, and I enjoyed designing it and enjoyed working it through. I haven't completely fully finished it, but I have finished stitching it, and I can insert a picture here. The next one I worked on and finished. I worked on Jennifer Spence's or Little Paper Bear Co.'s little free Santa pattern, and I finished him earlier today while just enjoying some cross-stitch Christmas time. I've been mainly working on one that I recently finished too. I'll go ahead and get that kind of taken care of. It's a wanted poster. I had somebody request I had mentioned about designing patterns and wanted to do like a wanted poster. I hadn't thought about what I wanted included in it. I mainly was just playing around with the wordings at least, and then she suggested to put her grandson's photo and do like a black and white, and then put some of his birth details below, as well as a reward. I put reward for $5,000 on it. Just kind of playing around with it, but that was my main focus since about mid-September, and I finally finished it. I think it was December 15th was when I finished it, so it ended up being about 30,698 stitches in total. I did on it. It was a 32 count vintage country mocha, and I did a one strand over one square on it, and finally finished it. That has been my main focus. I had touched a few of these other patterns, but that I kind of became monogamous and wanted to get that done. I felt I wasn't pressured. There was no set time of when she wanted it done, but I kind of made my own self pressured on it, and I just wanted it done. It looks nice, and I painted a frame, painted it. It fits in, I think, an 8x10 frame, okay, with a little bit at the top and bottom room space on it. So not too bad, but I just kind of wanted it framed up and kind of given back, and for them to enjoy it, and it will be handed back on Christmas Day. Hopefully she will enjoy it, and they'll like it. Painted frame, I painted it black. It was kind of a dark, not a real dark brown, but kind of a medium brown, and I wasn't really liking that color with the vintage country mocha and having it black and white, so I painted it black and then did a layer of kind of a gold metallic-y color over the edges and kind of let some of the wood grain show through, so it kind of gave it a rustic-ish type feel to it. So hopefully it'll, I would like to insert a picture, but I have not had permission. I've got little bits of where I started that I could share, but I want to get permission before I do any sort of sharing of the photo. And I don't want to show any details, name possibly, but I don't want to do too much otherwise on it without permission. And then after that, I kind of hit and miss on some of them, and with Christmas holiday coming up, I'd totally skipped over Halloween and was working on it was the Dreamweaver Witch. For some reason, I love Halloween, but I completely got out of the Halloween mood and just wasn't feeling it, so that's kind of set to the side. I barely even have any stitches done on it, but that's one of my working ons. One of my other Christmassy finishes was the Primrose Cottage's Merry and Bright Mice, the free pattern that they had available for their Free Stitch Fridays. I recently got the Hello Winter one as well. I think that's a really cute pattern, and I'd like to work on it as well. Probably, I'm getting about done with wintry patterns, Christmassy. I don't mind working on it, but just kind of flowing out of the Christmassy mood for at least stitch-wise. I may do the Hello Winter one because it's still kind of wintry themed. And then I also joined in the Stitches So Beautiful. Their last one was available today for Christmas Eve for their little Advent. They had a kind of like a little giveaway or free kind of special thing for everybody that was in the group to enjoy a free pattern, and they are well put together and looks like a lot of stitches, very beautiful ones. If you were lucky enough to get on to that and I wasn't able to get all of them. There's about 5 or 6 that I didn't get in and got in the game late on it, but hopefully I can maybe start some of those. There's a few cute dragon ones in there that I really like, and I want to start those. There's like one with a star in there that was more the darker colored one on it, and I'd like to get that one started sometime maybe and kind of work on it through next year too. Kind of on the list there. We'll kind of see how it goes. But for all those that, I think that was all. Well, there's one other one I skipped over. I did finish Henny Penny by Stacy Nash. I will post a picture of that too. I did completely different colors, unknown fabric on her. I haven't completely fully finished, but I'd like to. There's a corner that might not fit quite right, and I may have to finagle it a little bit with making a bag. I want to make a little small pouch or a craft bag with it and kind of keep some of my cross stitch projects and make it into like a little project bag with it, but different colors, totally different. I did stripes on the apron and wrote in a little message on it. Wrote in, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? And that was my own taking on it and fun thing I wanted to do with it and kind of something different. But anyways, we'll move on to things that I'm working on. I haven't touched, you'll see in some of my past videos, read more books. It's more of a backstitch, can't remember what they call it, kind of more black work, I think. Kind of more backstitchy sort of work into it versus regular cross stitch X's. I enjoy the pattern. It's been a while. I'd say about 3/4 I think done with it. I can't remember. I don't have all the patterns or stuff with me, or I'd show you guys. But you can definitely check some of those out in some of my past videos. I'm not sure on this other one that I have listed. I've been working on a quilt square. I've kind of wanted, it was kind of for entering into the fair. It kind of had a challenge to do a whatever quilt square that they had going on. You could create a design, and it had to be, say, 10 inches by 10 inches or less. I never did finish that out, and I just decided to make the one little spot that I have in it, and then I've been going around and trying to do seasonal stuff. I could finish, I have a little Christmas hippopotamus because I've always loved the song I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, and I wanted to include a little hippopotamus and little Christmas lights in it, so I could finish that up for Christmassy sort of stuff here last minute. I'm about halfway done with it, so I could finish that up as well for Christmas, but other than that, kind of moving into some other projects I haven't touched for a while. Again, the Dreamweaver Witch, Raven, I can't remember the name, but I've got it listed down below. Kind of the Dreamcatcher Witch on the Cross Stitcher magazine front cover was the one I was working on. I fell in love with that one. I love Dreamcatchers. I have a tattoo with the Dreamcatcher in it. I've always loved them. But anyways, that's what kind of drew me to that, and I love kind of spooky witch stuff, and it was a must-do on my list for cross stitch. Another one that I'm working on, that I have with me, that I'm working on right now, is a turkey pattern, a wild turkey pattern. It's for my mom. This was what I was working on for her for Christmas this year, but it never did come to fruition on that. So still working on it, but this is I can put in stitch count of where I'm at, but I think I'm less than a quarter of the way done on it. There will be this one here. This head is about done where it's at. There's a few little hit and miss stitches that I need to fill in. It'll fade into some watercolorish background similar to what's up in this head here area, kind of down through here and across, and then on the back side here it'll have like a whole turkey fan and the head area on the other turkey. But that's the one I'm kind of working on now. And then another one I haven't touched for a while is Grizzly Bear. I think it was Sam X Stitch or Mono Stitch. Details below. Hasn't changed much since, I don't think, since my last video that I shared it in. This is all I have. A lot of fabric kind of rolled up there. I need to just go ahead. This is one I started without. Sorry guys, I had to pause for a minute. I've got a kind of a lingering cough. I started this one in the top corner. I could probably roll it out, but somewhere in this mess you can kind of see some of the thread there. I had started this once and then I started in the opposite corner, but this was before I kind of started learning how to kind of get my measurements and everything cut out, so eventually I need to go ahead and cut this and get it. I've got a fair amount, I think, edge on the bottom of this and to the side. I just need to measure the whole thing and just get it cut and have my extra fabric to the side on it, and that way it's a lot easier to work on smaller projects like this little bit. I think this is an 8 by 12, kind of a small little bit, so it's just so much easier working on smaller bits. And what I do, if I was working like I'm working down on this green one here, I like rolling mine up. I'm a hand stitcher. It just feels more comfortable. The Read More Books one I do have in a frame. It's going okay other than getting close to the edges, which is not too much on the edge, but that's about as much as I care to. For I've never really been much of a hoop stitcher, and I think when I first started to cross stitch, I never really was much of a center start. This one is a top top right, yeah, a top right start on this one, and then I kind of on this one, there isn't much up in the top left area on it to really give me a good start of how close, because this one's going to be close to the edge. I don't mind a real close edge on mine, but I knew it was going to be a great kind of close to the edge one, so I wanted to get a more confident spot, so that's why I started this one in the top right. On my Grizzly Bear though, I think I've enjoyed this one's a bottom left start, kind of backwards, but you can kind of see it stretch out of the fabric. Bottom left on it. It just kind of me. I don't care so much. It depends on the pattern. Like on this small Santa, I wouldn't mind a center start if I had plenty of fabric. Kind of depends on my pattern. Everyone's different, but kind of hit and miss on that. Another one I've started, finish up. There's two other ones I need to mention here on my list. I've got a Happy Haunting. It's I think it was the Fat Quarter Shop. They had a Sal. I've been looking on different sites, watching other channels. Everyone's kind of mentioned different sites that have different freebies, so I went and found that. It was kind of a freebie on their site listed. I don't know if it's still listed there or not, but it has like a little bat, a moon, can't remember, just a little Halloween sort of small thing. I have another piece that's more of a kind of a denim sort of color. Here's one of my little pouches that I carry. This is what I've got my Grizzly Bear in. It's more, I don't know, kind of this medium-ish kind of blue in there color on it. A little bit darker than this one, about a couple shades darker than that. Kind of darkish blue for that Halloween deal. It's kind of black, yellows, oranges, stuff that'll kind of pop from it a little bit. And then my last one that I will be working on, this kind of goes in and transitions into plans. It'll be my the Hayed Sal Heaven and Earth Designs 2026 Sal. I fell in love with the battleship, and so did my husband. So yeah, we're working on the battleship or battle one this year. I think it was, there's 80-some thousand stitches in it. Piece of cake. To me anyways, it's a lot of stitches, and it'll be my third, I would guess you'd say third, kind of fourth. This one has, my Grizzly Bear here has about 77,000 stitches, or will have in it once it's finished. I have done, in some of my other videos, you'll see Eagle, it was 72,000, so this one will be a little bit more. This one's a little bit easier. It's monochromatic on the Grizzly Bear, but it's a little more challenging with a lot of confettied ones. The Eagle that I did was definitely confetti heavy. Anka Coleman designs on it. I think it was in first few videos if you'd like to check that out in the description. Kind of, I think I did that one on a 14 or 18 count, so it was large. I needed it for like a 14-inch by 14-inch or bigger for fair entry. I wanted to challenge myself and got that done in 9 months and 5 days. And I mean, I really pushed myself on that one. The 30,000 stitches in the Wanda poster was definitely pushing myself. There were some days, I think averaging it out, going from September 19th through December 19th, even though I finished it a few days before on the 15th of December, that averages about 330, 350 stitches a day. There's some days I didn't get that at all. There's some days I did 500 stitches in it. I've found, I don't know, I guess I like the challenge of some of the bigger ones. I don't think I'll have a problem with the battleship one. I want to completely finish it all next year, but we'll kind of see. I'd at least like to get the 6-page finish. And there was one pattern, I think several people were really loving the third milestone, get to 3,000 people participating. I may request that one as a mini chart or buy the bigger chart. I think the bigger chart of it was available in purchasing elsewhere on the site. So I may do that and just do the bigger one and just do that small area of that picture or participant if we ended up reaching that far, which we didn't. But that's okay. I can always kind of slim down and buy that pattern elsewhere. Or at another time, hopefully. It's not huge on my to-do list, but I thought it was a pretty one. I enjoyed the ones that we did get and what we've got so far. I'm looking forward to see what our surprise chart from Amy Stewart has for us on it. I've been kind of eyeing everyone's hay designs. I have not done a Heaven and Earth design pattern at all. And this will be my first like official like participating in a full SAL sort of thing. I kind of, with a lot of y'all, have said more of a start along versus stitch along because you get so many different projects going. I've got probably with the hate SAL on there, I have 6 listed. I'm not sure if I have everything. There might be 1 or 2 I'm missing at home, kind of listed, or not listed here, but that's what I've got going so far. My main goal for next year is the hate SAL. Number 2, kind of following in behind, is the turkey for Mom. Her birthday is in March. Definitely probably won't get that finished. I want to say it's 40-some-thousand stitches in this one. It would have been doable for Christmas. I'd started this a little bit earlier than the wanted poster one, but that one took front and center over this one. I kind of was, I don't know, I just kind of want to work more leisurely on it after pushing myself on that other one. I just kind of enjoy kind of a leisure thing. I think I get anywhere from about 350 stitches, 300, somewhere in there. I think with working on some of these, just working on it, not having a really set goal in mind, fine. I don't care how confetti heavy. You can see kind of my scatterbrained kind of jump around cross country sort of deal on it. I don't care. I'll jump around. I was kind of starting when I first started on the eagle, having to do line by line. After getting in and using Pattern Keeper, it has helped tremendously, and it works going cross country and just jumping all over for me. So that's kind of what I do on mine. But let's see here. One other idea, or kind of a toss-up of ideas. I have about 4 or 5, I think they're about 18 inches by 18 inches. They're technically called bread covers. It's I think a 14 count sort of piece. I think this one's an 18 count, I think, on this one. About the same size, 14, 18 count, somewhere in there on it. I think it's an 18 on those. I want to do either a daily log or a yearly log, kind of a temperature stitch, but a different take on it. I want to do more of a, I want to find one positive thing or crazy thing that happened to me each day. I want to do a little motif. Like today I seen a rainbow, so a rainbow might be one of those motifs that I include somewhere in the little design. It has frayed edges already on the bread covers, and then it just has like a main center. The rest of it you can stitch on, kind of like an oatmeal-y kind of color to it, not really a white, but more oatmeal-ish kind of color to them, off kind of light brown oatmeal. But just, I want to kind of do some motifs on it. I don't really, I do bake some bread, but I may eventually use them for covering like some of my, I do a lot of like cinnamon rolls, things like that. I may eventually use those for like covering stuff like that. But I kind of wanted to use them. I hadn't really had any ideas yet, but maybe a temperature stitch, but in like positive things or things that happen through the day. Each day of the year, I want to find something that speaks positive for the day, whether I enjoyed watching a little birdie hop around, or a woodpecker flew on the post right nearby, and I enjoyed watching it for the day. Just some little something, and or like holiday stuff. For New Year's Day, I can do some confetti or a glass of champagne. I don't drink, but it just something to show, hey, holiday, or a present for my birthday, or I don't know, Santa for Christmas, that kind of thing. A few holiday things, something that happened that day, or just something like that, or kind of a mix and match thing, and do like a doodle a day. Like, I think that, I don't know if any of y'all are into drawing, but like they have the Inktober, where every day of October you go on to their little group site, and you they give you a list of items to draw each day. I'd like to maybe sum up a list and do a random wheel spin and draw, or, well, not technically draw, but create or find a motif, whether it was a motif, say I get a bug, I've stitched a bug in some of my other patterns, or if it was a bear, maybe a smaller bear pattern, a teddy bear, something like that. But that's kind of in the works. Still thinking about maybe this next year, or maybe the year after. I might take next year and kind of think about it some more and plan a little bit, since it is really close to the new year. But yeah, I wanted to hop in and say hi to everyone, and kind of flip around and kind of show a few things, kind of talk what I've been up to. I know I had kind of a little bit of a hiatus on not popping in for a while, but just wanted to do a quick end of the year sort of deal. I think that's about all I have, and thank you for everybody that's watching. Thanks if you're a returning subscriber, or if you're new, pop in. I do want to mention that I tried to get onto Instagram a little bit more. I haven't posted there too much. I know in my very last one, about, 6 months ago, it feels like it anyways, I post more on Instagram. Follow me there. You can see a few more pictures and stuff and things I've been up to on that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll get to doing some more videos for everyone in next year. So Merry Christmas everyone, and Happy New Year, and we'll see you sometime. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.